Hello, hello. How is everybody doing? When you hop on, please be sure to say hello. Let me know you're out there. Drop your favorite emoji or whatever. All right, so Laura Velarde here. Today is Saturday, and we're gonna do, in keeping with our skincare theme, we're gonna talk about SPF and why sunscreen is so important to your skin. So that's what we're going to talk about. When you hop on, let me know that you're out there. Say hello, all those good things. I love to see who's joining me. And if you're a new viewer, let me know where you're watching from, because I love to see that too. Hi, Cheryl. How are you? Hello, hello. I did not bring anything to drink in here with me. I have no water. It's okay. It's all good. It's all good. Hi, Kathy. Hello. Hey, Lorene, how are you? Hello, hello. All right, so in keeping with our skincare theme that we've been talking about all week, I want to share with you some of my favorite sunscreens, and so I'm going to share those with you because protecting your skin from the sun is so important. And I will tell you, I learned it the hard way. So back when I first moved to Florida, I've never been one that really wore sunscreen. I guess I didn't feel like I really needed to. And so when we moved to Florida, I absolutely loved being here in the summer and the sun and those rays just coming down on me, and it was amazing. And I didn't do anything to protect my skin. And so fast forward, what started happening is I developed melasma, which still has not gone away. So it's on my nose, which if you see me when I haven't color corrected, and I just did a little demi today. But yeah, you know, and the worst part is that once you do the damage, you've done the damage. And so all you can do at that point is to protect it from getting any worse and make sure that you continue to protect your skin. So I learned the hard way, so I'm trying to spare you from learning that way. But the sun is so bad for your skin. One, it ages you terribly. It ages your skin because it dries it out, and it gets almost leathery looking from the sun. So always make sure that you're applying an SPF. And sometimes I get asked, but what's a good SPF? So when you're applying it on your face, you always want to make sure you're doing at least 30. So at least a 30 SPF. And I'm going to share with you some of my favorite sunscreens. And I've just recently added another one. Because depending on what I'm doing, will depend on which sunscreen I'm using. And then I'm also going to do a really perfect nude lip for you today. Because, you know, when you come into the summer, you just want that very neutral lip. And I'm going to do a product for you that I've never demoed ever, like ever. So we're going to do that. Yes, sunscreen, that's what we're talking about. I was in Indiana, Kathy. One thing's for sure, just wait 5 minutes, the weather will change. But yeah, so we're talking sunscreen. So always make sure that you use at least a 30 SPF. So I'm going to share with you what my favorites are and why I like them. And I'm going to talk to you a little bit too, before we jump into that, about the difference between a mineral sunscreen and a chemical sunscreen, and then when you apply each one, because you apply them differently. So when you apply sunscreen, it's really important that you're not only putting it here, but you're doing your décolleté, you're doing your neck area. So you want to make sure that you're putting it. Oh, I am too, Ingrid. I am too. Hello, ladies. Hello. So you want to make sure that you're not just putting it on your face, but like if you have short hair like me, you want to be sure to hit the tips of your ears, because my ears will get sunburned up here if I don't. So you want to make sure that you get it on, okay? Let's talk about the difference between mineral sunscreen and chemical sunscreen, okay? So mineral sunscreen, and you'll know because it'll typically tell you on the package whether it's mineral or chemical. Well, it won't say chemical, but if it doesn't say mineral, it's probably not a mineral sunscreen. So mineral sunscreen goes on after your moisturizer. And the reason it goes on after your moisturizer is because it needs to sit basically kind of on top. It'll go under your foundation, but kind of on top, because it's going to actually help bounce those rays back. okay? So bouncing them back. Chemical sunscreen is a little bit different. Chemical sunscreen goes on before your moisturizer. So, and we'll talk about the order and when they go on. So it goes on before your moisturizer because chemical sunscreen absorbs the sun rays so they don't get into your skin. That's the easiest way for me to explain it. So how do I know if I have a mineral sunscreen? Mineral sunscreen typically will tell you on the package that it's a mineral sunscreen, and it'll contain things like zinc oxide, titanium oxide. If it's got those in it, those are that's a mineral sunscreen, okay? But usually, like I said, it'll tell you that it's a mineral sunscreen. So really important that you put it on in the right order, because if you don't, you're defeating the purpose of your sunscreen and you're not getting the benefits that you need out of it if you're not applying it properly. So I'm going to give you, so here's where you want to take notes, right? Or save this or share this or whatever. But first thing that goes on your skin is toner. So if you use a toner, you're going to do that first. Sunscreen will come later, but you're going to apply your toner. If you are using a chemical sunscreen, which is typically quite a few, right? If you're using a chemical sunscreen, it immediately goes on following the toner. So the toner almost preps your skin to receive the chemical sunscreen, and then after you put that on, you're gonna wait 2 to 3 minutes, which you should wait 2 to 3 minutes between each one of these steps. You're gonna apply the chemical sunscreen, wait 2 to 3 minutes, and then if you use any serums, you're gonna apply your serum. Then you're gonna wait 2 to 3 minutes, then you're gonna apply your moisturizer. If you use mineral sunscreen, this is where the mineral sunscreen goes on. So the difference is toner, serums, moisturizer, mineral sunscreen, okay? If I'm using chemical sunscreen, it's toner, then chemical sunscreen, and then I can apply the rest of the stuff, okay? So once I have my sunscreen, then makeup comes on next. So makeup is always last, and that's okay. Makeup can follow mineral sunscreen, and it also follows chemical sunscreen. The difference is how close is it to your skin. So hopefully that helps a little bit, but you want to make sure that you allow 2 to 3 minutes. And I would say if you're using a mineral sunscreen and you're putting it on, you probably should wait maybe 4 to 5 minutes before applying your makeup, okay? All right, so let's talk about sunscreens. So I have a couple of favorites here, and I'm going to tell you when I use them and why I chose that one and why I use that one when I use it. So this one here is called, it's a Neutrogena one. It's Age Shield Face. It's oil-free, and it's 70 SPF. If I am going to be out at the pool for the day and I know that I'm going to be in some pretty hot sun, because here in Florida, when it gets to be the heat of the day, the sun's pretty strong. I burn pretty easy. I tan once it heals, but I do burn easy. And so I'll use this one. And I really like this, even if I'm not applying makeup, because if I'm going to go sit by the pool for the day, I don't typically wear makeup. But this one, I really like this. This is a chemical SPF, so it's not a mineral SPF. But I really like this one, and it's oil-free, so it doesn't break out my skin. It feels great. It's very lightweight. I don't mind it. Okay, so that's that one. If I'm wearing foundation, a lot of times I'll use the Super Goop, but I like the Super Goop, the unseen, unscreen under my makeup. It's a 40 SPF. And this one's really good. They make a glow screen too. I don't like that one as much for me because I feel like it gives almost too much of a glow, because our makeup has enough of a glow. So if I'm going to use it under makeup, a lot of times I'll use this unseen one. It is super lightweight. It's very velvety. It also doubles as a primer, which is really nice too. So that's that one, okay? Most recently, I am in love with the new BB cream from Pomifera. Now, this BB cream is a mineral sunscreen, and it also has a BB cream which gives you some coverage. So I really like that too, but and you could use this under your foundation and it would be fine. But again, this is a mineral sunscreen, so this is this goes on after your moisturizer and before your makeup if you're going to add any makeup. So that's this one. And then the last one that I'll share with you, which I like to drop in my purse if I'm going to be out and about for the day, or I'm going to be at a park for the day, or sitting by the pool, I'll drop it in my beach bag, is this Milani Make It Last sunscreen. So this is a setting spray, but it's also a sunscreen. And the reason I like this is, let's say I'm going to an outdoor party. And I've got I've put my sunscreen on, I've put my foundation on, so I now have my makeup. And now I'm going to be out and about, and maybe I'm going to be at an outdoor wedding, in the sun, outside. SPF has to be reapplied. You cannot put it on in the morning and think that it's going to hold you all day, because it won't. Typically, it's about 90 minutes that it'll tell you, every 90 minutes or 2 hours, that you should reapply. What I love about this is I can take it, it's a spray, and it goes on top of your makeup. So it's also a setting spray, and I just usually will drop like a perfector sponge in my purse or one of my brushes, and then if I feel the need to reapply, I spray it and I just kind of tap it on, and it not only resets my cream makeup, but in addition to that, it has SPF in it. So this is a 30 SPF, and I get it off of Amazon. But this one is great after you've already applied your makeup and you're going to be out for the day and you need to reapply. That's what this one's good for. Because let's face it, if I've already put my makeup on, I can't very well go and put this stuff on, because there goes my makeup, right? But so those are my favorite SPFs that I really wanted to share with you. And I highly encourage you, if you are not using sunscreen, to please, please, please use sunscreen. When we talk about this week being skincare week, that's the number one thing that you can do for your skin is hydrate from the inside out, which is water. The second most important thing you can do for your skin is always making sure that you use sunscreen. So super, super important, especially on mature skin, because our skin tends to dry a little bit more as we age, and so it's even more susceptible to the sun.